Good evening, everybody. Kind of a rainy night in Houston. All right, doing sound check. Can everybody hear me all right? All right. Now I'm going to make sure this darn microphone works well tonight. All right. Got a different skew, I guess, on the market. We've had some selling days in this market, but in this uptrend, we haven't had a selling process. Oops, hang on for a second. All right, we haven't had a selling process where all three indexes sold off at the same time or with the same magnitude. Today we've got a huge bearish rally in the Dow. This looks like it may have been last gas. The S&P closed below the T line, and the NASDAQ closed below the T line and did a kicker type signal to get there. So adding all three of those together, if we wake up tomorrow and the pre-market futures are down, you better look pretty close at your long positions that you have open that didn't get stopped out today. There was quite a few that did get stopped out because they were closing below the T line. So we will get to some of those. First of all, let's take a look at what's going on around the world. Crude oil prices gapped down today through the T line as well as this uptrending channel. That's hit a lot of stocks in the energy area pretty hard. And gold is still in this slow downtrend, but it had a decent day. It still might be just kind of bobbing up back up to the 50. As we can see, the 50 is acting as a downward resistance level, and silver setting up kind of a pennant formation. Still in this downward trend, or it hasn't broken this downward trend, and it hasn't gotten back up above the 50. So that area might be getting a little bit sluggish. And then the 10-year notes have been in a drift now here for a couple months. They aren't selling it off hard, but they are selling it off, which means interest rates are slowly creeping back up. Okay, what else we got? Lean hogs. I closed out the position earlier in the day and bought them back here just a little bit ago. They're still in this uptrend, and they don't seem to be trying to sell off at this point. So we're still in what I would consider a kind of a double bottom, and we're still attempting to come up toward this breakout level. I'll give it another couple of days. If it can't get through there, that's obviously telling us that resistance level is staying pretty strong. The other meats aren't really doing anything of any great magnitude. Wouldn't know which way to trade the live cattle. Wouldn't know which way to kind of trade the feeder cattle right now. Feeder cattle may be getting ready to roll over for another wave down. And what else do we need to look at? The grains. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Soybeans were up, but they're getting into doing some indecisive trading here, getting near this level, and they're in the overbought area. So that one, if you're buying, you got to be very nimble because it's got to break out immediately. It's just not showing enough strength right now to be buying, especially with it up in the overbought condition. And I'm watching wheat, because wheat looks like it's in this bearish J-hook, so I'll be ready to short this on any weakness over the next couple of days. Let me see, what are we missing? Dollar. Dollar looks like it keeps supporting at this level. Make this a little bit smaller, maybe that would be. And we're pretty much right in this area. It's finding support. So this might be one. Obviously, you've got this downtrend that's got to contend with, but there's probably a trade right up to the 50. Corn is kind of not doing anything of any great consequence either. It looks like it's hit this top of this trend channel and starting to roll over a little bit, but not with any great movement. All right, let's see. I got interest rates. We got gold, silver, dollar. Oh, I don't know whether it's a DJT. Is that what this? Yeah, the transportation index. This is all kind of fitting in with things getting a little bit toppy up here. This is starting to do a pennant formation, but we've had a hanging man, doji, hanging man, bearish engulfing signal, pop back up, and now a bearish Harami. So if they open this lower, that's pretty much telling us we're this industry or this index is done. So I would anticipate that if you threw the Fibonacci numbers on here from the bottom to the top, that they could bring it down to the 50 as the first major target. So that would be a substantial pullback. Let's see. All right. Okay. So with this market kind of getting soggy, it's right now there's still stocks that are holding up well. Now, somebody pointed out today that UNXL was running good, but it closed back below the T line, which makes this an easy trade tomorrow. If it opens positive, you can be buying immediately. That tells you the profit taking is over. They're still taking it up. If you got in it today, I would have closed it out with it closing back below the T line, number one, and number two, with the market in the condition it was. If you saw it trading up and then trading back below the T line or just at the T line and doing kind of a shooting star type signal, even though we're in the oversold area, it's at best an inverted hammer. But if the market not showing any good strength and this fading quite a bit, that just tells me get back out of it and let's see what happens. Now, the other side of the coin here is we've been in an uptrend. It's supported here after being in an uptrend. Maybe it's going to support here. That'll be what we have to get ready for tomorrow. So to get ready for tomorrow, we still have stocks that we want to be looking at, that if this market all of a sudden we wake up and the Dow futures are up 60 points, that means they're not going to take it down through the T line. So things like ACAD had a good looking chart. Your fry pan bottom, your J-hook cup and handle setup, it was trading pretty strong today. S-Fun, I think is the same. Is that the same industry as? Anyways, it's got this big hammer, little hammer, Morningstar signal, close above the T line, scoop type setup. So this makes it very easy. If it starts opening positive tomorrow, you probably want to be buying this. And kind of that scoop type pattern gives you a slingshot effect coming out the other side. Yeah, it's one of the solars. Solars were looking like it, they were trying to pick up strength today. First solar went up, backed up. JSO. Too many letters. JSO. Same scenario. So if these all open positive tomorrow, you can be buying them. Yeah, Solar's got reelected. Is right. Okay, who wrote that? Oh, another one. WNR. I'm showing this one just for the illustration of a J-hook pattern that gapped up through the resistance level. And again, to kind of reinforce your visual computer that if they gap up and go through this level, even when they gap up this close to that resistance level, they're not gapping it up as the anticipation there might be a lot of resistance here. They're gapping it up because they know they're going to go through. So anytime you see that gap up getting fairly close to a potential resistance level, you want to be buying because this is probably not going to hold anymore. Just that one's just a good illustration of that J-hook gap out type situation. DCTH was another one that somebody pointed out today. The reason this one looks good is, number one, notice your fry pan bottom, your cup and handle, your kicker type signal, and on a day that was not good in the market. So somebody was buying this. Whoops, didn't do that. This. Somebody was buying this. This one's, if you like the small price stocks, I wouldn't be afraid to be buying this one on positive trading tomorrow. And Harmony Gold Mining. This one's your best friend. A doji in the oversold area followed by a gap up and a close above the T line. You definitely want to be looking at that as a buy. And Flow, which I thought was flowers.com, but I just was corrected, and this one's a grocery store chain, but this one's still got a nice little rounding bottom ready to break out. This one can be bought on positive trading. I used to get Slumberger mixed up. And I can remember the story of somebody wanted to buy an agricultural stock, so their broker put them into shearing plow. USNA, nice bullish engulfing. This one can probably be bought on positive trading tomorrow too. CDE, also, notice a series of dojis down here. And then you've got a left-right combo. You got kind of a fry pan bottom scoop type pattern. This one you probably want to be looking at seriously on any positive trading tomorrow. You could be buying this one with the scoop type setup for a this was too big a pullback to be called a cup and handle. That was this one left-right combo. This one looks good, and looks like the GameStop kicker type signal, and still acting strong today. You're right here on the 50. If this opens positive, that means they're still taking this up after the kicker signal. Kicker signals usually gives you a good indication there's going to be a lot of after strength. AFI is one you want to keep an eye on for a couple of reasons. Got a bullish engulfing right here on the 200 at the same level that you saw an inverted hammer move here. So you've got a double bottom potential if they can get this one up through the T-line. Why is a double bottom potential stronger than just a strong uptrending stock? Because you got to remember the psychology that the bears are happy, the bears are happy, the bears are happy, and shoot, the bulls started taking over, and the bears were getting out of the way. And then the bears got happy again because they started selling off, and now the bulls step in and it starts back up, and the bears think, shoot, they're back here again, get me out of the way this time, and that's where a long price move will remain in effect. REIT, COR, also has that little morning star signal at the end of a flat trading range, kind of a J-hook type pattern. This one, you probably want to look into see what type of yield it provides, plus giving you some good upside. Now, Weingarten's is along that same lines. Weingarten's doesn't pay a huge dividend; it only pays about 4%. But this is a stock that's capable of getting back up into the 50s. Okay, Core's 3.5. I think that's about the same as Weingarten's also. So they're kind of growth oriented REITs. And Office Max, another little rounding bottom, cup and handle type setup with a left-right combo right now. This one you want to be buying on the strength tomorrow. All right, thank you, Candle Trader. And Herbalife did a kind of a big belt hold today. Again, that double bottom type scenario could take you up pretty fast. So you might want to look at this one, especially looking at the calls. I haven't looked at the calls yet, but I'll try to do that first thing in the morning. Because if this opens positive, that's probably going to get at least a pop back up to the 200. That'd make a good option trade. And TSF, I think this is an L. Nope. TSFC. Nope. TFS. How come you can't read your own handwriting? Well, Shazam. No video. Sam, you may just have to log out and log back in. All right, and here's another one to give you a good illustration. Notice the reversal of this one. A long-legged doji. That tells you there was lots of indecision going on here. And that, remember, the bigger the signal is, the more compelling your trend's going to change. That might have been TFSL. What did I do? That's what I thought of. Another J-hook pattern, kind of a little doji sandwich. Now, the reason you might have, now this is your perfect, what I call the classic. There's your fry pan bottom. What do you get coming out of a fry pan bottom? A good strong uptrend. What do you get after your strong uptrend? A pullback. Is it a reversal or is it a J-hook? This one looks like a J-hook. So if this is wave one, moving up 2 points, this looks like it could take you into the $12 area. David, that's usually a positive thing. Anytime class actions and investigations usually seem to help out a stock. All right, now, market looks toppy, but it hasn't broke the T-line yet. The NASDAQ looks like it's going to be a strong sell-off here with a kicker-type signal. However, there's still stocks out there that are showing strength, like our MNLX, Even though it was down today, it was up above where they opened it, and they started bringing it back up. Still has a good possibility on any strength. They're going to still be taking this one up after this big belt hold, I guess. I didn't cover the Russell 2000. Russell 2000, same scenario as kind of the NASDAQ, where they've kind of gapped it down and closing it below the the T line. Again, we've had weakness. We've had Doji, Hanging Man, Doji, bearish confirmation. Last pop up, and there's not more selling. So you're starting to see selling, obviously. They pop it up again and more selling. So that starts creating the picture for us that there's selling coming in here. So if that's the case, let me answer this question. Isn't MLNX still in a downtrend? I would, just to make sure that I'm not overlooking something, I still think you could take this. It might be. But notice your trajectory. So if you're right, it's still in a downtrend, but we're seeing bottoming action right here, especially with that signal. What's that little thing do? Mercy. This kind of wiped out all the sellers. We had a Morningstar signal here. We're up above the T line. We're still above the T line. If they more positive trade in here, we'll be breaking this downward trend channel. 900. I give up. All right. Okay. So back to the analysis. We're toppy. We could still be going up, but we've got just as much capability as going down right now. So that's where, at this type of, when you started seeing these whipsaw, not whipsaw, but remember, a doji at the top means indecision. We're also seeing indecision that just is happening in a more broad across the across a range of days versus one day. $900, on the Russell. Let's see. I think we could also get it by ROT. I guess this one is the best one. We're getting up here. We're getting that congestion, that indecisive trading. Tried to take it back up. Now they've kicked it back down. So I'd suspect some profit taking. It may not be severe. It may be down here, but notice what we did up here. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Wave 1, wave 2, somewhere where wave 3 can start. Oh, let's see. I don't know whether we are RUT-X on here. Again, this is using CQG tonight. All right. So if that's the case, I'm going to start watching for some good sell signals. That's just great. The first one you pulled up is not a signal. Oh, that's because it is. Who wrote that? BAK. BAK might be interested in going short on this one because you've got that gap up shooting star type signal with a gap back down through the T line. They could be taking this all the way back down. BV. S.BV. Another one that has done kind of a bearish engulfing signal. Stochastics rolling over. This is pretty low. Why short it? Well, from what we can see already, we're in an obvious downtrend. Every time they bring it up to the top of the trend channel, they sell it off. Or could they sell it off to the bottom of the trend channel? So we could be looking for it to come down here. The 7 to 5 would be yeah, just hang on to your request. We'll get to it. When I say, Jim, do the double line, you'll have 15 seconds to type in the ones you want to see. But I'll try to get to all of them. All right, SIMO. This one looked more like a bearish engulfing on the TC net. Gap down. If this one opens lower, this is SIMO. This one could have some good force to the downside. BC, no. S.BC. Doji's gap down. This one could come all the way back down to the 50, which would also be filling this gap right here. There's another wee little gap right here. So the worst case scenario is if you shorted on weakness, at least you know you've got a running start in the right direction before you might see it turn around on you. And Beazer Homes, well, Shazam. Gotta take a quick look here. Whoops, that's a fine howdy do. TC net stopped working. This one had looked like a bearish engulfing signal. That's why we're not now, because we're not even looking at Beazer Home there. I wonder it looks different. There we go. Bearish engulfing signal. This is not quite a signal, but it shows selling. This is your signal. A bearish engulfing left-right combo closed below the T line. All closing or not getting up above this level. Double top. They're probably taking a lot of these building stocks back down. Pulte Homes, same scenario. Not quite a bearish engulfing, but then you had your doji gap downs. This one can probably be shorted. The only problem you have to watch is you still got a trend channel here. If you short it, you have to see what it does once it hits the 50. See if it's going to go below that level. SPR, or is it SDR? SDR is a flutter kicker to the downside. This one can still be shorted on any weakness. And RXN, Barry Shirami, you can see you're in a downtrending channel. I mean, this is the first thing I try to visualize is where is the overall trend? Now, are you better off shorting? Well, let's say, I feel like you're better off shorting something that has a trend to it. I'd feel safer shorting something like this, knowing that you're in a downward trend, than shorting something like this, where you might still have some more force to the upside after. If you shorted here, you still had more upside. This is starting to tell you that you're in a downward trend. You're in a lot safer downtrend, or a lot safer short because you are in a downtrend. Cray, little evening star. So you got a flat trading with an evening star. That's like that scooped pattern, ready to take you, kind of slingshot you down or into the downward direction. might want to look at that one as far as trading some of the options. And KMT, this big belt hold signal usually is a prelude to a strong downtrend. So if this one opens lower, with it, today's trading confirmed this. If they open it lower, that's confirming that the 50 is not acting as support. Means your next target is probably the 200. We had that one, and there was another one. Let's see if this is it also. NetSuite, symbol N. Big bearish engulfing, bearish belt hold, engulfing, left-right combo, confirmed today by closing below the T-line. Now, there's a trend here, but this one out of the upside of the trend, it usually has enough force to force it down to the bottom, through the bottom of the trend. So you might be now looking at the 200, on this one. CDNS. Notice how this is slowly rolling over. Now you have a kicker type signal. This one you might look for a short on this one. That could take you down through. You should be able to. Kicker signal should take you down through the 50. A left-right combo. Stephen, I'll hit you with that here as soon as I find another one. It's a doji followed by either a bullish engulfing on the positive side or a bearish engulfing on the negative side. This one, I think you need to watch because it has kind of a wedge formation. I don't want that. This. And today, they closed it right on the bottom of this. If they open this lower, that means they're breaking it out. So if you look at this this chart this way, big down move, long wedge, they break it, you're going to have another big down move. So that's one you want to definitely keep an eye on. That was EBIX. All right, it looks like the insurance companies are starting to roll over a little bit. Here's AGO with a Morningstar signal away from the T-line. If this opens lower, at least you know you have running room back to the T-line. But you're now up in the overbought area, so they could bring this one down pretty quick. Just one to keep an eye on. And SFG, another one, where they've already taken it down through the T-line. They tried to take it back up and failed. So this one's in a downtrend with the prospect of probably the 50A being your first target, filling this gap, and possibly going down to the 200, depending on what the market does. Still looking for a left-right here. Let's see. Goodyear, rolled over. This one you can be shorting on any weakness tomorrow. Again, notice how they tried to take it back up, but indecisively, and then gap it back down, telling you which way they're planning to go with it. Starting with this big bearish engulfing signal up here in the overbought condition. And Apple, I'm sure we're going to get plenty of people asking us about Apple. Apple just can't get back up above the T-line. You stay short. There's no telling where, well, there is telling. You keep riding this to the downside until you see that big blow-off day at the bottom. You posted that ticker that was a short setup. What were the symbols? Bill, these are all shorts. This one, I don't know which one you were. DY, another one that can be shorted on any weakness. The bigger this signal is, breaking the T line. It's a big evening star signal with a big down move. Can't get back up above the T line. They'll probably be taking this one down a little bit harder. Let's see. And this one is UPL. Another one where you have a downtrend. Now look at the slow curve rollover for wave 2. If this breaks this level tomorrow, I mean, it opens weaker, you want to be shorting it, because then you've got the potential, another move like this to the downside, another, would that be another 5 points, taking you down into the 13, 12 dollar area. And CNX. That's CNX. Well, for crying out loud. CNX. There we go. Another big belt hold type signal. You can tell which way the trend is going. This one you can be shorting with the anticipation they could come down here and test the bottom of the trend, taking you down about 12, 14%. All right, so that's about all I've got tonight. Again, with this market getting a little bit whipsawy in here, if they open this lower tomorrow, they're telling you which way they're going to take it, and I'm pretty sure you can probably put a Fibonacci number on here to see how far they're going to be bringing it back. So with that, do we have, we're still working on a, what one was the left-right combo? Somebody remember a left-right combo? I've got 4 or 5 that I'm shorting that I've got stars next to. Cray, C-R-A-Y, C-D-N-S, E-B-I-X, UPL, and CNX. Some of them will be shorted. Some of them will be probably buying some puts or put spreads on them. Let's see. I'm trying to find a left-right combo. There's one in the Dow. Yeah, let's see. A little one right here. Usually you want to look for the left-right combo as the stochastics is starting to head up. And it's going to be a, let's take, let's see, please put fibs on the Dow to show likely downside target there, right? If this is our bottom, this is our top. I would think that over the next couple of weeks, you might see the 50 and the 50% retracement, somewhere in this range. You've also got so your targets are the 20, the 31% retracement, the 50% retracement with the 50 moving average, and then the 62% retracement. Let's see, did DN have a, yeah, it looked like it closed up or opened up here's a left-right combo. Doji, bullish, and golfing tell you they're going to be more upside. Except we're looking for them down in this area, with the stochastics in the oversold area. If you see a left-right combo in the oversold area, that's a very strong buy signal. ATZ, left-right combo. Is that the right one? ATZ, ATB. CBB. Yeah, that's kind of a left-right combo. If this was a doji, bullish, and golfing. Now it might be on other charts. Just depends on some of these charts. Now here's a left-right bearish one. We have a doji, bearish engulfing. Tells you that you're probably now starting a downtrend. That's a bearish left-right combo, right? Doji, bearish engulfing, but this also has the, this one also is on the books for a short, there it is. For buying puts anyways. They could take this all the way back down into the $60 area. CDE, there you go. All right, that's it. I knew I had one good one out here. Your left, right. There's a doji followed by a bullish engulfing. Your stochastics coming up. You close above the T line. That's all a makeup, especially after a series of dojis. All a makeup for being a good prospect for a long position. Weyerhaeuser also kind of a little left, right. Let me make this big enough where we can see it. Just barely a left-right combo, but the right in the right place where you've got a looks like a J-hook pattern setting up. So this makes it very simple. If this opens positive tomorrow, you want to be buying it. Okay, HAR. Yes, that tells you there's probably more upside. The left-right is indecision. The doji is the indecision. The bullish engulfing is the roundhouse. Newmont. Whoops. SNEM. Another one. Well, yes, that's a good looking chart also with a left-right combo. Right in the right place. So this one, the left-right combo is a relatively strong, not relatively, one of your strongest reversal signals, telling you the bulls are taking control. All right. Are you saying buy these even if the market continues? No, not necessarily. What I'm showing you is potentials. If we wake up tomorrow and say, see that the pre-market futures are up 50 points, yeah, I'm still going to be looking at the longs. If the pre-market futures for the Dow are down 50 and they're not going to be staying up above the T-line, I won't be looking at the longs. I'm going to be looking more for at the shorts to start shorting. So I don't know which way they're going to take this market tomorrow. So I want to be, Sam, we just went through 7 left-right combos. Have you been sitting here? Okay. What if there's potentially an inverse correlation like the metals? An inverse correlation. Oh, yes, that's now you're getting into specifics. If let's say gold shot up $40 tomorrow morning, yes, you're going to have, even if the market's down, you're going to have the gold stock. So but that's going to be based upon specific, I want to say, indicators or influences on each stock. In general, if the market opens lower, I would rather be riding some of these shorts down. If the market opens higher, the longs are still going to act well. If the market opens lower and gold is up $40, and I feel like I want to still be buying some of the longs, yeah, I'll be buying or be looking at the mining stocks. Ha! All right. What's that? An H&R Block. Bye. Yeah, but you can't, you don't want to, be buying something that hasn't gotten a sell signal. Now, this could be telling you the selling is coming because you're seeing a big buying in the overbought area. But you're also coming out from what it looks like. No, it's an uptrend. I thought it was back into a fry pan bottom. So H&R Block usually runs obviously here before tax season. So this becomes very simple. Find a spot that tells you that the profit taking has started. I put a stop at the halfway point of this candle and or the bottom of that candle. Okay. Another left right. S.A.N.D.R. Well. That one's not coming up. All right. Okay, Jim, go ahead and do the double lines. And in 15 seconds, do the other double line. Let's see. Hold on for 30 seconds. We got a juicer break here. Okay, sorry about that. I just saw that there was one more request after they. Okay. KKR, that's a good looking chart as far as the J-hook pattern is concerned, but obviously it has to open positive to be effective. If it opens lower after a hanging man, yeah, you don't want to be in it. If I was going to buy this, I'd put a buy stop right above today's high. Let's make this bigger. All right. And let's see, Maine. Maine ran out of steam. There's your kind of your hanging man, so it had to open higher. At this point, if it opens lower tomorrow, you get out of it because you're not breaking that sideways mode. The TZA, which is the bear. Yes, this one you could be buying. That's the exact opposite of the market itself, but little kicker signal. If the market heads lower, you could be buying this one. And GDOT. This one, that's an odd chart. but it's showing strength. Notice how they gapped it up yesterday and brought it back. Now they gapped it up again and did a hammer type signal. This one's kind of simple. You can buy it, especially if it comes back up through the open. That would tell you that the gap up showed you the bulls were there, but there was profit taking. This would have told you there was profit taking was over, but you're still being affected by the market. If they open up positive, that means they're probably heading for the 200-day moving average. Depot. Depot, not backing off any. There's a double doji, which makes this fairly simple. If they open this positive tomorrow, they're taking it up probably this magnitude. So keep an eye on that one. That was on GDO. Oh, was that on Depot? What did I just type in? GDOT. Oh, that was that one. Must have done it backwards. Dave L, let's see. Yeah, if they open it lower, I mean, it wasn't in any uptrend as it was. So if they open it lower, I'd close out the position. And you can see pre-market where they're trading it. Depending on your size, you can either close it pre-market or just wait until the market opens and hit a market order. HCA, another one that if it opens lower, you can be shorting it. Again, you're getting indecisive up here. One last bullish day. Remember, left-right is different than this. This is kind of a bullish engulfing signal. But if you see a bullish engulfing signal in the overbought condition, remember you start looking for sell signals. That's usually the last gas. RF, another one that you stay with as long as it doesn't close below the T-line. But I would definitely use the T-line as my stop tomorrow. If it comes down through there, that tells you probably that the market's not holding up well either. Kicker type signal on this one. This one you can be shorting on any weakness. Did I have that? I thought I had that. SQQQ. Kicker type signal to the upside. That one I wouldn't be afraid to be buying on strength. Notice what you've just come out of, a whole series of indecisive trading and then a kicker signal. This one's a good trader in that you can see when it's time to sell, time to go short, time to cover your shorts, time to go short. Now this is telling you to cover your shorts and possibly go long again. I say good trader. When you can see the tops and the bottoms fairly easily, those are the type you want to be trading for a while until they get soggy. ALLT broke up above the. I guess we can make these bigger. Can't we? Broke up above the T line, but did a doji today, which is still not bad for the day we had. But if it opens positive tomorrow, got kind of that little mini scoop. Obviously telling you it's coming back up to test the 50, which gets you back into the scap area. Sony. This one you stay long as it stays above the T line. As you can see, it's hard to trade because of the being an ADR or traded overseas. But there's your left-right combo, the doji, bullish, engulfing. That tells you there's probably more upside. Gevo held up reasonably well today. Stayed above the T-line, backed off a little bit, but you're still in this fry pan bottom. Just stay with it as long as it stays above the T-line. And faux. Another one that you can stay with as long as it stays above the T-line. We did HMY. That's your best friend with a gap up after a doji through the T-line. That one is on my long list, that if things open positive tomorrow, this will be one of the first ones to buy. And we did ALT, Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley. This one did a doji today, so it makes it very simple. They're going to move it in the direction how they open it tomorrow. So this one will move based upon how they open the markets. SWKS. This one is where you need to, it had a nice breakout because of the wedge formation, but it's back below where they took it on the low when they gapped it up. If they gapped it up, they should be taking it this way. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not coming back down. So if this opens lower tomorrow, you close it out and then see what it does once it gets back to the T-line. Crocs, another wedge setup, doji, and it's going to move in the direction how they open this one tomorrow. So you're right here at the T-line. Even though you're slightly below it, you're not doing any decisive trading. But this is the obvious. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. There's your obvious. It's going to pop one way or the other. So that's a NAV. Yes, you can be shorting this one on a weaker open tomorrow. Probably going to look for the first test back to the 200, but at least you know if it opens lower tomorrow, it's heading in that direction. ANR, wouldn't be buying this one yet. It has to get it back up through the T-line. Now, you've done an inverted hammer, and remember, the inverted hammer is probably one of your highest probability trades. If it opened positive, they're probably taking it positive from here. It just, you just have to make sure it's going to open positive, though. Cree held up well, but did a doji. So same scenario. It's going to open the direction how they open, or it's going to move in the direction how they open it. I would use today's low as a stop. If it comes down through there, they're selling, and they're going to go back to the T-line. BBRY did the kicker type signal. So that tells you there's still a lot of strength. They closed it above the T-line. I suspect they're taking it back up now. FXI for short. Yes, that's the China index. And yes, you can short that one. Just be conscious of the 50. See what it does when it gets there. Exxon Mobil. This one you can stay short, especially if it goes below the T-line tomorrow or through the 50 tomorrow. Right now, Stochastic says there's still some more downside. And Goog, that's a bearish Harami at the lower end of yesterday's trading or Friday's trading, which means if they open this one, you want to be out of it immediately. Probably there's going to be enough force to take it right down through the T-line. So if this opened lower, I'd be out of it. You can always watch to see what it does once it gets to the T-line. But I would think right now that one's, if they open it lower, it's done for a while. Zales closed right on the T-line. This has to open higher and trade higher to stay in it. And Limited, This one you can short, yes, if it opens lower tomorrow. Even though you had a positive trading day, it's a nothing. This is just a rebound after this big down day. Bunch of sell signals, left-right combo, bearish combo. If this opens lower, start shorting immediately. And NSM, whoops. Oh, I thought this used to be National Semiconductor. This one's a good looking chart right now. Again, coming off the cradle pattern, still heading higher. That's a good looking chart. I wouldn't be afraid to be buying this one on strength tomorrow. CONN. Let's make this a little bit. That was too much. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Let's see what it's. So it's hitting kind of a bottom of the trend. This one you can be buying with the anticipation of a test of the top of the trend channel. Just use the 50 as your stop right now. CINF, stay long as it stays above the T line. I would use today's low as my stop. If it came back down through there, the sellers are in control. ESI held up reasonably well today. Whoops, S.ESI. As you can see, the T-line crunch is on. This one I closed out on Friday just because I figured that there'd be a few days. But if this comes back up through the 50, I'll be buying aggressively based upon this huge left-right combo bullish engulfing signal. Let's see. You want BP, that's the British pound, which looks like it's bottoming. This is British Petroleum, which looks like they gapped it down. This one you can be shorting on weakness. Just be careful that I guess your magnitude of 10% is only right about here or down here. It could get there. I'd be short this one right now. Yeah, household. Holy Frontier. All right. This one, you stay long until you see a sell signal. And basically you're in wave 3, but you're probably getting close to wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Getting close to this magnitude right now. Monsanto. Yes, this one you can be shorting on weakness. Again, there's a gap to fill right here, which corresponds with the 50. So that's one target to the downside. RNDY. This one you stay long, as long as there's no sell signal. Another one where I'd use today's low, though, as my stop. Shouldn't come back down through there. Fastener backed off, but it didn't do a sell signal. All it did was a down day and an uptrend. I'll give it another day. If it trades lower, though, and comes down through the T-line, I'll close it out. But as you can see, this is not a sell signal. This is just a down day. And we did LTD, SD, S.SD. This one you can be shorting. The oils, a lot of the oils are taking some crunches here over the last few days. Dell. Another one that's kind of done a belt hold back into the trading range. If this opens lower tomorrow, they're still taking it down. I'd look for the 200 to be your next target. SI, that's silver. S.SI. Is there another one that you can be short? Rounding top, gap down. Those are the types you want to go after because that means they pulled the plug on it. Las Vegas Sands. Another one that doesn't have a sell signal, just a down day and an uptrend. You still have your best friend right here with a gap up from a doji. Stay long, as long as it doesn't close below the T-line. And DDD didn't have a chance to really get started today with the market conditions, but again, this is going to be one of the ones that who was it? Santiago's been pushing this, and so there's a good story behind this. There's also David. Are you in here? David Dunbar sent me an article on some of the things that these 3D companies are coming up with, which are phenomenal. And there's a story somewhere. Somebody sent an article. This is all information we'll try to have on in the new long-term area, where somebody copied a grandfather clock. The machine did it out, and all they did was have to do set it up and hit the pendulum, and it started ticking away. So this technology where you can copying everything inside a machine is just apparently phenomenal as far as the type of things that it records and builds inside. Doesn't necessarily have to be on the outside that it copies. OPK, another J-hook pattern that can be bought on positive trading. And BBT, S.BBT. This had a kicker type signal, but it came back and negated it. Anytime you see that kicker signal, they shouldn't bring it back through the bottom of it. Not this quickly anyways. This one I would close out on any weakness tomorrow. And DEC also has this wedge formation that tried to break through today. Any positive trading from here? Got this fry pan bottom wedge. I wouldn't be afraid to be buying this one on strength. Oops, got to scroll some more. Ford's up, pull back. This is another one where do we want to? I would say even from the bottom of the uptrend. It still might come here and test the 50 and the 38% retracement. Or from the last move up, it just touched the 50% retracement from this move. So anyways, I'd as a trader, I'd look for a buy here pretty soon. It's probably got a few more days where it needs to hit something, and in a couple more days, you might see the 50 catching up. Now we'll see if we can get off of here with all these lines on there. Okay. GMCR still moving up, staying above the T-line. You just stay with it until you see a sell signal. Netflix was acting strong today. Bullish engulfing at the end of flat trading. It tells us there's probably still some more upside left in this one. Telephone. Whoops. Telephone might have run out of steam right here at the last peak. There's a bearish Harami. Stochastics in the overbought area. If they open this lower, they've failed here at this level. You probably want to be out of it. Possibly even going short coming back down to maybe test this lower level again. And that'll also be a function of what we see in the market overall. SBAC. Let's make this a little bit steeper. Can't get up above the T line. If it opens lower, wouldn't be afraid to be going short. Let's see, GDX. GDX looks like it's got a scoopish type bottoming action. I wouldn't buy it though until you see a close above the T line. If you're short, you stay short until you see that close above the T line. AZK. Nothing there except you've got the dimple right here. Inverted hammer right off the 200. Staying above the T line. This one you stay with as long as it doesn't close below the T line. ALGN. Another one that's supporting right on the 200. This one you can be buying on positive trading tomorrow. POL we looked at earlier. That's that little scoop type pattern coming off the Morningstar signal. If this opens positive tomorrow, you can be buying. If it opened lower, I'd close it out and wait for the next buy signal. And Gale was another one that had a good-looking chart today. If this opens positive tomorrow, you can be buying it. NIHD tried to pop up a little bit today, but faded back off again. So this one was closed out a few days ago. I wouldn't short it only because you got some support in here, but I would start watching this. If this is an inverted hammer, see over the next couple of days whether they can't get the stochastics to curl back up. If they can get it back up through the top of the channel, not the top of the channel, top of the above the T line, then at least you know you've got a running start that's going to come up for the top of the channel, which also might be your 200 resistance. Then if they can break through both of those, you've got a good running start. SLV. Just sideways. Again, this one I wouldn't trade one way or the other. It's just too junky. And you're still in a relative downtrend on this one. IAG. Scoop pattern setting up. You can buy this one on positive trading if it can get up through the T line. But that does have a scoop pattern set up. But even getting back to the scoop area is going to be a good 25% move. I take it the volume's good on this. Keep an eye on this one. Joseph Banks. Starting to come back up, but running out of steam. Usually what will happen is it'll come up, hit the T line, and bounce back down. So if you're long, just watch to see what it does if and when it does get to the T line. We did Ford, Bank of America. That's one is just too sideways. It ruined the signal of yesterday. It needed to open positive. So you're moving sideways. You've got kind of a rounding bottom going on, but at this point, I wouldn't be trading it just because of the sideways mode that it's in. LUFK, this one you stay long until you see a sell signal. We did GEVO, HBAN, held up reasonably well today. No, it didn't. No, it looked better. Oh, I know. Because on the other chart, it started from down here. This one, it has to open higher and start trading higher. If it opens lower, That means they've run into a double top up here. You want to be back out, which I will do tomorrow if it opens lower. TLT, which is the 20-year note, still in this downtrend. Now, they did a bearish or bullish Harami today, but they need to get it out of this downtrend. Interest rates are in the process of heading up a little bit. Whoops. Western Union. This one you stay long, but I would use today's low as my stop. If it came down through there, they're bringing it back to test the T-line. Belt. Belt, boy, I wouldn't, you can't be short because it's below $5. I wouldn't be in this one right now. That's an ugly chart. Coach. This one you stay short until you see a buy signal. And OCLR. OCLR is another one where I wouldn't be in it. Nothing here to tell us there's any good trend to it. MasterCard. MasterCard. A belt hold bearish. If this one opens lower tomorrow, you close out the position, or you can be going short. If it opens lower tomorrow, it's going to be breaking this downward trend channel, and that's a strong signal that has failed at this level. At least look for the 50, which would be filling this gap. We did SLV. FFIV. Getting toppy in here. As you can see, you got a bunch of dojis. I'd use any trading below the T-line if I was long as a stop. But it's going to move in the direction of how they open this one tomorrow also. We did LTD, CENX. Another one where you're in a downtrend. That's got to be your biggest analytical indicator. You don't have any reason to be long in this one right now. Now, if it gets back here to the 50 and supports again, then you look at it to see if they're going to bounce it back up. But right now, I would not be in this stock. RVBD. This one, notice how it did a gap up today, doji. So that's got the potential of doing a flutter kicker signal, which means if they open up positive, that's going to be a very strong move. You want to be buying immediately. Because if they open up positive and move it strong, they're going to be trying to break out through this level. I wouldn't be afraid to be a buyer on positive trading on this one on the open. CLF, another one that if it opens positive, there's your left-right combo. Stochastic still coming up. Let's see if we can make this a little bit deeper. A positive open would be breaking you out through this downtrending channel. Wouldn't be afraid to be buying this one on positive trading. We did BBR. Let's see. We've done the Amazon. Amazon stays short until you see a buy signal. As you can see, every time they opened it, they dropped it. Now there's no buying in here. Fossil. Bearish engulfing. Notice what they did today. They tried to take it up and rammed it back down. This one you can be shorting with the anticipation they're going to take it down to the 95 area. So you might want to look at a put spread of selling or buying the 100s and selling the 95s. See if that makes any sense. I will look at that one in the morning. Merck, another one where you stay short. They slam this one, stay short until you see a buy signal. Bidu. This one you stay short until you see a buy signal. That one, if you take a look at the overall trend on this one, you can see they've got a runner along the tops. They could take it all the way down toward the bottoms. Under Armour, same scenario. Failed here at the 200 in a downtrend. If they open this weaker, you can be shorting with the anticipation they could be coming down to test the lows also. 15 seconds are up. All right. Tata Motors. This one, with the gap down, the failure at the T-line, now not holding on the 50. This one I would anticipate is coming back to the 200. AMT. Another one that if they open this weaker, you're going to be stay below the 50, which was a support level, making the 200 your next target. Oh, there we are. Let's see. All right. IMAX. You did say please. All right. IMAX looks like it failed. Very Shirami. A lot of times you'll see this type of pattern. What could be a J-hook pattern when they fail, which we can see immediately with a candlestick potential sell signal, that means they couldn't get it back up through this level. They're going to take it down, and usually that's when everybody gives up and they start selling it off pretty hard. So you can pretty much short this one on any weakness. YGE, a shooting star back into the trading range, which means if you own it and they open it lower, you probably want to be out of it. And QID, kicker type signal. Those are the ultra short of the Qs. Yes, you can be you can be buying this one. On positive trading. Okay. Who is Jim Cooper, director of this program? Now, Jim helps me keep everybody in line. When I'm talking, he's watching to make sure things don't get disrupted. QMI is a good indicator to watch during pre-market. S.QMI. Yep, it's not coming up over here. Sorry. CLDX. Yeah, very Shirami today. If it opens lower, you want to be out of it. BOFI. Is that a signal? Oh, it is. Sounds more like a... It's still in a J-hook pattern. Getting a little bit toppy up here. How come these charts always get so small? Let's get bigger. If this is wave 1, wave 3 should be finishing up here in about the $35 area. Okay, ALLT at pre-markets. You may want to see the call and get in before the open if possible. All right. Why was symbol shown as GE/MY? Why was symbol? I don't know what symbol was that. ALLT was an unusual operating activity on the call side today. Okay. What is wrong with day trading the day after a doji and trading in the direction of the open? Nothing. There's all sorts of trading strategies you can use. That's where our doji sandwich comes from. See a strong day is followed by a doji, then the next day if it opens positive, you're probably going to get another strong day. So it makes for a very good day trade. I usually swing trade. I don't have time to day trade. I want to be able to watch my positions over a couple day period without having to sit at the screen and watch it minute by minute. Yeah, I'll be going short quite a few stocks if this market opens weaker tomorrow. That's right. That's right. Day trade pays a few bills. Swing trades buys 65 T-birds. BLTR. Yeah, that's, again, observe the obvious. The 50 is acting as resistance, so you can be shorting this one with the anticipation that this is the next target down here to the bottom of the trend channel. All right, Yamama, that's interesting. I don't know whether I read this, but I thought in one of the articles that they even have the capabilities of making body parts. Maybe it was knee joints. Yeah, a new girlfriend. That'd be. Okay. See what else? Hip joints. All right. All right. Bidu is down to 100. All right. So we're going to be too late. But as you can see how they did a dark cloud failing at the 200. This is all rolling over. Let's see. All right. That's okay. All right. Okay, printing livers. Again, that's what I was mentioning in the chat room this morning. I think we're going to be living in an age where we're going to see technology do some fantastic things. When people said the technology boom was over, that was just stock prices. The technology is still out there just skyrocketing. Yes, I think they're doing 3D guns for the military. Right now, DDD has backed up profit taking. I would be buying this again if it comes back up through the T line. All right. Be careful tomorrow. When we wake up tomorrow, we need to see how what the pre-market futures are doing. That's why you want to be prepared tonight to have short positions ready as well as long positions. It'll be critical on, especially on how they open this market. So, with that, everybody have a good evening. We will see you. See Steve Austin, the $6 Million Man. Again, technology is going a lot faster than any of us can even imagine. We'll see you in the chat rooms tomorrow.